All right. This time we're going to do a deeper dive into the string class. And strings aren't set up as primitive variables like other integers and even characters. They're set up as a class. And the reason they do that is that gives it more robust methods that you can call to look and evaluate the strings. And we'll look at the character position and you know, one of the methods that you can use there. But first off, what I want to do is look at when we create strings, some unexpected things can happen in memory, and we want to make sure that we know what's going on with this. So I want to explain it briefly, and you can read more on this topic, but I do want to demonstrate this so that it's not entirely new to you as you do some of the reading. We'll start off by putting a breakpoint here, and we're going to switch to the debug perspective. And you can see I'm clicking on the debug menu option here. All right, and we'll follow along with these string values off to the right, and then also in the console there'll be some printouts, and I'm going to use F6 to step through this. So the first time we want to test whether the object str1, or we'll call it string1, and the object str2, call it string2, are in fact are equals, which means they point to the same position in memory. Are they the same object? Okay, and the answer is true. So what's happened here is, to be more efficient, Java has created an object with the value HELLO, a string object. The second time that it created it, saw that it had one that was exactly the same. And since these objects are they call that immutable, they're not changeable, they went ahead and reused those positions in memory without creating a brand new object. And you can see here that those two objects are in fact the same. They are equal. Okay. Now we're going to create string 3 and string 4. And note that these are of type new string. They're initialized a little different. This forces Java to create a new object each time these objects are created. It forces that and not reuse memory as it did here. It's less efficient, okay? But you can see here that the test, does string 3 equal string 4? The answer is false. These are in fact different. And the difference is the use of new. Okay, and this forces it to create a different object. So that's a little unexpected, and I think it's important that you understand that and understand how Java uses memory. Next, we're going to create string 5 using string 4. And notice how string 5 is initialized with string 4, and string 5 is merely a reference to the memory object referenced by string 4. So again, this is a case where it doesn't create a new object. What it does, it just creates a pointer to the original object. And we'll do that same test. And you can see here string 4 and string 5 are indeed the same object. They are equal. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change string 4. We're going to add the characters world exclamation point to the end. When it does that, it actually creates a different object in memory. So string 4 is not the same object that it used to be. When you change it, the original string 4 object is immutable, it's unchangeable, but it will allow you to do this, but when it does, it creates a different object in memory. It's a whole new object. So we'll do that. We'll print it out. Now it says hello world instead of just hello, and we're going to test whether string 4 and string 5 are the same. And you can see that they're not. They no longer point to the same object in memory, therefore the test, are these classes equal, is now false. So that's interesting, and if you're not familiar with how strings work and how objects work, they're radically different than primitive variables, and you need to know these things as you write and maintain programs so that you're not spending a lot of time inefficiently because you don't understand how it works. So good luck, and we will talk again next time. Bye-bye.